Today's grocery market share release covers the 4 weeks and the 12 weeks to the 17th of May 2026. Market growth over the 4 weeks is now 1.5%. Inflation stories and discussions have been everywhere in the last few weeks, but the good news is that the rate of like-for-like increase in grocery has actually fallen down to its lowest level since December 2024. For now, it's the higher level of price promotions helping to keep bills at the tills more manageable. Spending on deal items rose by nearly 10% in May compared to last year, with full price sales essentially flat. The Westminster government is expected to provide more details this week of the proposed £150 million tariff reduction. It's worth noting, if that whole saving is passed through to shoppers, it represents a £5 saving per household, when the average annual bill for food and non-alcoholic drinks alone comes to more than £4,000. Speculation has suggested both chocolate and biscuits could be included, categories that the average buyer of those spends well over £100 on each of them a year. The recent bank holiday saw record temperatures, but cast your mind back to the 1st of May long weekend, when the disappointing weather meant there was no significant impact at all on sales at the grocers. In fact, prior to this current heatwave, May saw consumers cling on longer to their cosy and warming habits from the winter, which has benefited volumes of soups, fresh pies and coffee, and the performance of categories like sun care and ice cream has lagged last year considerably. The big retailer story over the 12 weeks is Lidl having become Britain's 5th largest grocer for the first time. Worldpanel do have market shares recorded for them all the way back to the mid-1990s, but it took much of that decade to really get going. By the year 2000, exactly 25 years ago this May, Lidl market share stood at just 1.4%, making them the 12th largest grocer at the time, behind the long-disappeared high street names of Safeway, Summerfield and QuickSave. Not content with climbing up the rankings, Lidl also reached a new record high market share this month. Elsewhere, online specialist Ocado are still in double-digit growth, but at a slower pace than before, and actually the slowest since July 2024. They continue to outpace overall online sales, which is the fastest growing channel, ahead of discounters, convenience and supermarkets. The number 1 and 2 retailers, Tesco and Sainsbury's, both won share over the 12 weeks. Alongside Ocado, which many consider to be at the more premium end of retailers, Waitrose grew ahead of the total grocers market, while M&S FMCG only sales grew ahead of that comparison too. Join us next time to see if inflation can continue to fall, or if it has now bottomed out and starts building up widely anticipated pressures on shoppers' spending at the tills. And the hottest May temperatures on record are bound to heat up sales of barbecue staples and everything else that's designed to keep you cool.